Okay, so now let's begin with our first video clip for our discussion regarding chapter 1. And chapter 1 talks about basic considerations and formation of partnership. So, as defined by the book, I assume that you already turned in your answers, guys, no? For our first activity. Murag na tanan naman tali jud naka-answer. So as defined by Balyada, partnership, in a contract of partnership, there are two or more persons who bind themselves together to contribute either money, property, or industry for a common fund. So when we say partnership of Mir and um, who else? Mir and Myra. When we say partnership Mir and Myra, so Mir is a boy and Myra is a girl. So uh, at least there are at least three persons involved. That is Mir first, uh, Myra second, and the partnership. So the partner and the business is still separated from each other. Always remember that, guys. So when a profession is uh, mga professionals, when we say mga professionals, they are, for example, accountants, lawyers, engineers, architects. If for the practice of profession, the partnership is created, then that is called general professional partnership. So, other than that, uh, they're considered as partnership. Okay, let's go to characteristic of a partnership. So, the following are the characteristics which is more important in a partnership. Mutual contribution. Yes, of course. There cannot be a partnership without contribution of money, property, or industry. When we say industry, guys, it is something like for services, like other than or efforts sa tao, or it's other than money and property. So, a partner can be called a partner even if wala siya gi-contribute ng any amount. Pwede nag-servisyo. Okay. And the other partner is siya nihatag sa money. Or the capital. Okay. So, nadyo mutual contribution para mo create a partnership. And also, there is a division of profit and loss. So, the essence of partner, mo ganun nag-partnership sila, give sila partnership to share in the future profit or loss. So, nadyo na profit or loss sharing sa venture. Okay. So, na-distribute with regards to the distribution of the profit, then depende na kung asa maka-base. Depende sa ina agreement. O ma'am, unsaon man na ma'am if ang profit is o dili pariha, di ba? Dili pariha ang contribution and then naay profit. Pwede man nga ako Myra is kanang mas dako akong contribution compared ni Mir, di ba? So, again guys, Mir is a separate person. It's not me. It's my brother, Mir. Okay? So, muna nga, ano siya, depende sa agreement at the formation. Later on, we will discuss that, guys. Okay? So, there is also a mutual agency. Any partner can bind the other partners to a contract if he is acting within his express or implied authority. So, same agreement. Mas maayo na yung agreement ng partners. And then, at the same time, limited life. A partnership has a limited life since it can be dissolved through the admission, through the death, through insolvency. When we say insolvency, kanang dili wala na asset ang usa ka partner. Incapacity, for example, nabuang ang usa ka partner, syempre dili na nimo pwede og i-appeal pa siya. So labi na if siya is ang industrial partner, right? And then also the withdrawal of a partnership. So withdrawal sa partner or expiration of the term, depende. So pwede ma'am, nganong pwede man withdraw? Yes, of course, kay basta dili na ganahan ng partner, maybe is going somewhere, so withdraw, pwede mo withdraw. So there is a mura kibalik ma-stop ang life sa usa ka partnership. So muna nga na siya limited life. And then unlimited liability na pod. All partners, including industrial partners, are personally liable for all debts incurred by the partnership. If the partnership cannot settle its obligation, creditor's claim will be satisfied from the person's asset of the partners without prejudice to the rights of the separate creditors of the partner. So later on, guys, when you have your law of partnership and corporation, you can go over sa mga liabilities sa ka partner. When unsa man siya, it's either general partner, limited partner, capitalist partner, industrial partner, something like that. So mas maka-identify mo once na ano mo yung law nga subject. Okay? So advantages of a partnership. So you can go over, guys, sa nasa book. So first advantage compared sa proprietorship. So kain mo ng tangat, ma'am. Sa nindot partnership or kaning sole prop, diba? So when we say sole proprietor god, ikaw raw sa niya ang partnership is na kay kauban. Mara gunag ng life. Pwede mag-single ka, pwede po muna kay partner. Sana all na partner. Bitaw. So, syempre, combined skills. One of the advantages is more heads are better than one, as we all know. So, daghang ideas pwedeng ma-share and makuha sa partnership. Compared ko ikaw sa. And then, greater financial capabilities. Since you contributed more, daghan mo. The more nga daghan, ug dako ang capital is the greater opportunity nga pwede ma-venture ang usa ka individual. So mo na ang usa ka venture o business sa ang usa ka individual. Okay? So at the same time, offers the relative freedom and flexibility of action and decision making. So syempre, kay na may mga ideas ng uban, so mo na nga we can be flexible enough in decision making. Okay. And then versus the corporation pod is easier and less expensive to organize. So of course, partnership is easier to form and sayun lang po siya i-organize. Kaya ang corporation, it involves daghan naman yun ang mga tao. And then at the same time, kinahanglan na pa yung mga board of directors, mga something like that, mga board of trustees or something like that, na corporation. And it also requires, ang corporation is, daghan po siyang mga requirement to formulate. Okay, so later on, makibawara po na, guys. And then, more personal and formal, since it is mutual agreement between the partners, so you can still kana sabot-sabot lang o kana siya. And disadvantages pod easily be dissolved. So as I have said, incapacity of a partner or death of a partner can be grounds for dissolution na mahimo na po mawa ang partnership or maghimo na po bag-o. So it's either for continuance or for total dissolution of a partnership. And then since there is mutual urgency and unlimited liability, may create personal obligations to partners. So since it is liable, they are liable itself. So muna ang Isa siya sa mga disadvantage. Kay, if you're a partner of a partnership, anything nga liability, especially if you're capitalist or general partner, kinahanglan dun siya guys, even to the extent of its personal asset, ibayad niya. Since you created a partnership. Okay? Sige. So, less effective than a corporation in raising large amount of capital. Syempre, since the corporation, pwede siya na yung mga members involved, especially sa corporation. So, mas dako jud pod ang capital na ma-raise sa corporation compared to the partnership. Okay? And then, speaking of partnership versus the corporation, isang kalahian, manner of creation, of course. So the partnership is created through mutual agreement of the partners. Agreement, once nga nanay agreement, then partnership is created. Compared to the corporation, kinahanglan siya operation of law. So operation of law, dili siya pwedeng maghimo sa partner sa corporation if dili siya registered sa SEC. Okay? So, muna siya. And number of persons, two or more persons can form a partnership, while a corporation, it must be at least 5, not exceeding 15. Okay? So, ma'am, question. Partnership, pwede about 15 or more. Since the law itself states that wala siya limit, no? As long as agreed by the partner, but mostly jud guys, dili jay mo nga nakadaghan. Pero pwede, usa ka classroom, 20 mo kabuk mo kasi nabot mo, then you can create a partnership. Kaso laman, hasol siya sa part sa naghimo nimo sa agreement and profit or loss, daghan ka yung mag-divide, but you can do that. Question na before na ho, so muna nga, you can still do that. And then, pero ang corporation na siya'y maximum and minimum. So, sa mo create lang ni ha, sa mo create. But kung mo yung members of the corporation, syempre mag-contribute na sila stocks, speaking of stock corporation, then pwede daghan, depende sa kisabutan sa kaning 15 nga na probably kasagaran na kanina sa 15 or 5 to 15 dira po napili sa board of directors. Okay? And also the commencement, so mag-commence na once nga nanay agreement ang partnership, but the corporations have said if nanay approval sa Security and Exchange Commission or the SEC. And then the management, pwede agent, a partner, but the management sa corporation is naagib board of directors. Okay? So, extent of liability, nag-explain kanina, except sa limited partner na liable to the extent of his personal asset. And then, in corporation, liable to the extent sa investment sa corporation. Okay? And right of succession, yes, there is no right of succession. Dili pwede nimo ikaw partner ka ipasa nimo sa mga anak, ipasin mo sinusuon lahi na nga storya. So kinahanglan i-dissolve ang partnership. Dili pwede og kung ikaw na mamatay ka, incapacitated ka, himo na automatic partner mo anak, mo asawa sa dili nga na. So kung sila nag-agree sa partnership, sila ra jud guys ang binded anak. Pero the corporation, yes, exist gapon siya regardless of the withdrawal of the mga death of the directors or the stockholders or the members. Kana siya. Okay? So term of existence, any period stipulated by the partnership. Okay? Or the partners ang partnership. But sa atong corporation is ano siya guys, not exceeding 50, but renewable siya. Pwede rin siyang i-renew from time to time. Okay? And then, we go now to kinds of partners. Okay. So, first, general partner. One who is liable to the extent of his separate property after all the assets of the partnership are exhausted. Yes, the general partner. Umuna siya. Categorize, kung wala siya specific nga kanang role, pwede siyang matawag na general partner once makontribute siya. So, limited partner. So, pwede maka-recognize ka if you want to be recognized as limited partner. Only to the extent of his contributed capital in terms of na liability ang usa ka partnership. Okay, mo gani gitawag siya limited. So, ang usa ka once nga naalam mo yung mga partners nagtapok, nagkasinabot mo, imong yung grupo nagkasinabot mo, imong mag-create mo partnership. So, mo yung kag-specify nga like ikaw is limited partner, then kung in case of magkautang-utang, nagid na kanang limit ra sa iyang bayaran, which is ato ra sa not contribution ni Jack. And also the capitalist. So one can be a general partner at the same time a capitalist partner if contribute siya o money, property to the common fund. Capitalist, ano naon is money or property, may capital siya. He is considered as capitalist partner. An industrial partner is a partner who contributes his knowledge or personal services to the partnership. So, muna ang ihatag. Again, industrial. Adyo nyo kalimtin na. Industry, matagong industry. So, you like giving service. Capitalist, capital, property, money, property. Dali naman naman guys. Dali na maglisod-lisod sa kinabuhi na to. And then, remember that a limited partner cannot contribute industry or service. So, ato tas managing partner. A managing partner is someone like who is appointed to manage a partnership. So, mostly, mga pangutana. So, kung naka-specification, naka-advantage po na or na baka incentives, diba? Of course. So, if you're a managing partner, na yung mga instances na nakasildo before the distribution of profit. Yes. So, for example, specified dito, managing partner will be given 10,000 per month as honorarium, diba? It is possible. Kaon to ihatag to niya before the distribution of the profit. Sige. So, liquidity partner. So, if in case of mo wind up ang business or settle the affairs, si Jay mo buhatan na. Okay. They're in charge. Dormant partner, one who does not take active part in the business of the partnership and is not known as a partner. So, napoy makonsider na as time goes by, kung wala ka nagpakabana sa imong partnership, so you can be considered as a dormant partner. And then, silent partner, who does not naghatag og active part in the business of partnership, but known siya as a partner. So, dormant, mo rin siya zagwa at all. Wala siya, wala siya contribute o service, active part, and then, dili po siya known as partner. But, silent partner is manoon siya. Muna yung differentiation na nilang dra. And then, the secret partner, siyang active but is not known to be the partner by the outside parties. So, ang outside parties na po naman nakaibaw, but the partners, kaibaw sila na and actively. Since kaibaw ang partners na kana secret partner siya, ang outside party ra wala kaibaw, or the partners itself is kaibaw aware. Okay? And also the nominal partner or partner by stupel. So one who is actually not a partner but who represents himself as one. So kuha na ninyo guys unsay mga considerations, unsay mga consequences regarding ingani if you take up the law of partnership and corporation. So as of now, let's just be familiar with the um, words or the terms here. Okay? So articles of partnership. So articles of partnership guys, usan is just a very important nga himuon kay a partnership may be constituted orally or in writing. So, kung mo yung tag writing, pwede siyang maghimo og partnership, articles of partnership. So, ma'am, question. Pwede na ay nga, may articles of partnership, mahimo na mong partnership. Ganun, something like that. Or maka-create mong partnership. The answer is yes, of course. So, kung, for example, naamoy reunion together and then dira mo nakasinabot o sa inyong mga agreement, nga na, verbally, like oral ninyo resulte, pwede na mo makreate o partnership nga na. So, kung moingon tag the next day, mag-contribute na mo og property, property, cash, but disadvantage naman nga na is, you cannot compel someone nga what if mo back out siya or pila ra iyang contribution kay better jud if na ay written agreement. Muna mostly the partnership has written agreement. Okay? So unsa may nasud sa articles of partnership, of course the name of the partner, name of the partnership, the nature, purpose, location, and then followed by the names of the partnership. So you can go over guys with the nakabutang dira. Number 5, the rights and duties are very important na siya. At the same time, kung pili agreement, investment, putang dito, and then as I have said, unsaon pag-share sa profit or loss sharing. So during para start of the partnership, dapat klarong-klaro ninyo guys para to avoid misunderstanding and misinterpretation within the partners. Pa kay basin og nagsabot to pagkagahapon, 50-50 ang distribution sa di ay pag sugod na sa partnership is na ang kapital mangwinta nga dakong kog effort ana dapat ako'y dako dis na kog income nga na. So dili na pwede guys kay since from the commencement of the partnership you already decided how the profit or loss is distributed. So mo na nga ang kanipod sa agreement is binded, so dili na i-question dapat unless maghimo na pud mo renewal for the agreement. So mo na nga pwede siya ma-change, but if nakahimo na mo siya from the very moment start sa inyong partnership, you cannot question kung saan nakabutang dito since it is your mutual agreement. So, muna siya. Ay kung imo tong i-unfollow, you can have a case of breach of contract. Kaya wala ka ni follow sa contract. Imo guba ang inyong agreement. So, delete na siya pwede. And that is punishable by law. Okay. So, question. If, ma'am, if magka-share o same ang sharing sa profit or loss, so alkan si day ma'am kung in case of malos ang katong dakong sharing. Yes, of course. Kung unsa ang agreement sa profit, mura po ang agreement sa loss. Kay wala may sa ipod o kuan kanang kung example ako, siguro ko 60% ako, pero kung magka-loss na ha, 40% na naman. So, it is unfair po sa part sa ka-partner, di ba? So, muna nga, ikaw as dakong sharing sa profit or loss, syempre maning kamot jud ka na to have a profit in the business. Kay kung mag-profit man gani is dako imong share, unya dili pud kaganahan nga magka-loss jud kay dako jud po kag bayranan, di ba? So in most of the cases is same ra na siya, profit or loss sharing. Kung mayon tag uh, profit or loss sharing is based on 50-50% ratio, something like that, or 60-40, depende sa inyong agreement, or 30-30 40 ratio. So, depende. So, pwede pod kung based on capital contribution, you can do that. So, pwede rin na siya. Himuon mo. Kung sa inyong agreement nga, muna siya ang profit or loss sharing. Okay? So, there is a note here that a contract of partnership is void whenever immovable property or real property are contributed and signed inventory of the said product is not made and attached to a public instrument. So, kanang ingan na, guys, kaning public instrument. Meaning na notarized sa by public nga wala just siya kakulian ba. So, dili siya wala siya na mortgage or kinahanglan ng kanang owner jud sa or kanang partner mo gina siya owner nga iyang i-distribute or iyang i-contribute ang certain parcel of land sa partnership. Okay? So, SEC registration, as what we have seen here, that is required siya if 3,000 or more ang capital. So, kinahanglan is registered Securities and Exchange Commission, and then if not registered, the partner having a more valid gihapon has legal personality, and it has its legal personality. Okay. So let's go now for the accounting for partnership. Okay. So just like the sole proprietorship, guys, ang ilang entries is mao-maora. Pero for example, the recognition of assets, liabilities, and equity. But maglahi just equity since it depends on its account na siya name of the partner, diba? Or Myra's capital, something like that. Okay. So, when we say owner's equity or the capital account of a partnership is, di ba, ingon ko ganina na diri sa partnership, there are, kung naay partner Myra, partner Mir, and na ikatulo ang partnership. Pero kung mo yung tag naanat sa accounting, ang i-account is katurang Myra capital and Mir capital. So kung ano na siya, dili na maghimog lain pang account nga for partnership. Okay. So, the partner's capital account, ang ibang butang sa debit are those partnerships permanent withdrawal or partners permanent withdrawal. For example, if naay mga accounts or mga transaction nga magkuha og income, magkuha og kwarta ang usa ka partner, so mo na nga mo affect sa ijang partner's capital, so didto i-debit siya. Again, just like the basic for equation, A is equal to L plus C. Mo ra gyud po na gamito na to ha. Always na siya. So since the capital account is on the credit side, kay bata, di ba? Credit na siya. It's on the credit side. So if naay debit account, that is a reduction of a capital account since normal balance sa capital is on the credit side. Okay. So, and then if there is also a debit balance of the drawing account at the end of the period, debit balance of drawing account. So, muna nga naapod siya sa credit, sa debit. So, again, drawing. Basta na ay deduction or reduction sa capital, that is on the debit side. Oh. When we say, yung sa may nakabutan sa credit, ma'am, so credit is initial capital or the original capital or capital investment of a partner. Kung pila yung i-contribute at the beginning of the period or the beginning of the partnership, sumoto siya ahong naa sa credit side. Also, kung na ako'y additional investment, so ibutang po na nato siya sa credit side. At the same time, if na ay credit balance of drawing account din of the period, so if mas daghan ang gi-withdraw kana so muna nga ang balance na siya. So kung magsobra is ibutang sa credit o niya ang debit is kung the regular withdrawal or regular drawing account is on that debit side. Okay. So, we also have this partners drawing account. So, ang kato si Jang mention ganina guys, ano to siya? For closing account na to. Katong debit balance of the drawing account and then credit balance of drawing account. So, unsa may mga transactions regarding sa drawing or withdrawal. So, drawing account, mabutang siya sa debit if there is temporary. So, ano lang, for example, cash advance, cash advances sa ka partner. So, pwede na siya i-debit sa drawing account instead nga adto siya sa partner's capital dayon. Kay for permanent withdrawals mo to siya. Okay. So, number 2, basta remember, if permanent withdrawal, kung mga permanent transactions, adto siya i-recognize sa partner's capital account. Pero if mga temporary withdrawals ra, mga ginagmay ra siya nga dili siya ingon nga necessary to change the capital investment of a partner. So dito is just partner's drawing account. And then we also have debit sa share in loss. So kung naay loss, adto siya sa partner's drawing account if mag-sharing of losses na. And then, sharing of profit, or since profit man, the drawing account, this may be credited directly to the capital. So, pwede ra, if ang kaning share of profit and loss is pwede ra siya, it's either sa partner's drawing account or ato siya sa directly sa partner's capital account. O depende ra kay if dili mo ibutang sa partner's drawing account, naara siya at the end of the period, you will have closing account na po daan. Ihapak ra man po na siya sa capital's account. But, if you want it nga ibutang sa temporarily sa partner's drawing account, pwede ra po na siya. Okay. So, loans receivable from or payable to partners. Okay. Loans receivable from, meaning, ana is the partner, ang partner itself, uy na yung manok, bongga. Ang partner itself is naay utang. Nangutang siya sa partnership mo ng loans receivable from. Okay. And then, if naay loans payable to partners, ang partnership is nangutang sa partner. Again, bali na siya ha. Loans receivable from partner, ang partner nangutang sa partnership. And loans payable to partner, wala po yung manok, di ba? Mga kadlaon day Nigeria, guys. So, loans payable to partners na ay ang partnership. Again, we are in partnership account. If naingani, this is at partnership's perspective. So mo ganun na nga, ingon ko ganina, ni-exist ang usa ka partnership. Wala siya another person, but wala siya sa accounting. Oh. So, pero if naano na siya nga formation, they bind as one na siya. Okay. So, muna nga mahitabo nga na yung mga ingani. Okay, so we go now to partnership formation. So, unsaon man para mag-form ang partnership, again, there is a mutual contribution of money, property, or industry. And there is a mutual agreement between the partners. So, muna na nakay maka-form na og partnership. So, ma'am, unsaon man na pag-recognize, for example, muhatag kag cash, edi kung pila ang cash, mo na siya. O, kung pili given nga cash, is mo na siya. What if, ma'am, property? Okay, so muna dira ta maglahi. Since ang property can be valued or revalue, it depends on the fair market value niya. So, if na kay certain parcel of land worth 1 million, kinahanglan to siyang i-appraise or something like ipatanaw sa appraiser kung pila di actual amount niya for the current period. Okay, so muna yung mahitabo. So, na-changes nga na guys. Ang naapay adjustments buhaton before ibutang dayon ang amount. Okay, so kung moingon ta when we say formation of partnership, depende kay naay kinds of formation. For example, first is kana ganing ikaw as an individual wa kay laing business kundi wa kay laing wa kay gikabisihan or wa kay existing nga business diri pa first time pa ang partnership. So way problema kay if in case og ingana kung unsay ihatag mo i-account, di ba? But naay twist, pwede siya mahitabo na ang ikaw ang partner kay bali duha mo kabuok. Or again sa akong example, if ako si Myra, unja ang igsuon si Mir is maghimo og partnership. So ang mahitabo nga na ako naay pwede nga both may why existing a business, right? Pero pwede pod nga ako na existing nga business niya si Jawa, 'di ba? Mahimo mag-forming partnership. O pwede pod nga kaming duha na existing na business og mag-forme og partnership. Okay. So these are instances nga kinahanglan siya og adjustments for the accountant to account the formation of a partnership. Okay. So first is ato ta sa valuation sa partner's investment. So again, if naay asset ihatag ang usa ka partner, it is expected that it will be accounted for at fair market value. Okay, bawo na mo unsa ng fair market value. Meaning, kung unsay current situation karon, kung kamo karon mag-form partnership, even if previously ang parcel of land is worth 1 million, unya karon pag himo ni jog partnership, o the book was accounted na 2 years ago. O nga na. Unja, or estimate, whether estimate na 1 million na siya kayo, mga 2 hectares, yan, 1 hectare, ana. So, ang mahitabo ani, currently, revalue siya. For example, we know na ang land will appraise, diba? So, dili constant ang amount sa land. Kay from time to time, as time goes by, musaka siya. So, kanang karong panahon na guys, kung mo yung tagland jud, appraising jud sa jag price o magkamahal ang kaning land. Unlike sa other property, for example, building, is mo depreciate. Mo gayon na, as you can recall sa atong lagi gutom ko ring manok, guys. Kita. Wala siya. Advertisement. As we can recall sa atong single proprietorship or basic accounting, ang land is magkasaka. Ang building, ang sakyanan will depreciate. Mo na naagani depreciation siya. Samtang magkadugay, mo less ang value, but the land is samtang magkadugay, mo taas ang value. So you should account that o value that at fair market value kung unsa nga property imong i-contribute. Okay? So ato ta mag first sa formation. So as illustrated in page 12 of our textbook na ay example dira, guys. Kani siya tanawa. For the illustration, Emerita Juron and Emerita Modesto form a general professional partnership. So probably, guys, they are accountants or engineers or doctors. Since it is a general professional partnership, they are exercising, or they are partners exercising their professions. So it has been agreed that Heron will invest sufficient cash to get an equal interest in the partnership, while Modesto will transfer the assets and liabilities of her business. Meaning that, guys, si Modesto has already business existing. So, iyan lang i-transfer ang unsay naa sa books, but again, subject to adjustments and valuation at fair market value. Okay? There are adjustments for this accounts. So, number one, before mo set up, same treatment sa inyo nakatunan sa basic accounting, ha? Again, there is an allowance for doubtful accounts or uncollectible accounts of 5% of the accounts receivable. Dapat ma-establish. So, ikaduha is na prepaid expenses amounting to nga wala na record sa accountant, that is 30,000, and this is to be recognized. And then ikatulo is additional salaries payable in the amount of 10,000, dapat ma-established. Okay, so entries, maghimo tag journal entries. So journal entries will be first, adto ta sa accounts receivable nga nay uncollectible of 5%. Okay, so we have an amount of 300,000 receivable. So times that will be multiplied by 5%, and that is 15,000. That is need to be established. So that is why it is also given here that the amount should be adjusted to its capital account. That is why we have a debit of Modesto capital 15,000 and a credit of allowance for doubtful accounts with 15,000. Second is the omission of prepaid expenses, which should be recognized. So that's why in the second journal entry we have debit of prepaid expenses, which is amounted to 30,000, and capital account, which is 30,000 as well. So same with the basic illustration, guys, or basic accounting equation, that is asset equals liability plus capital gihapon. Always remember that. To salaries payable, we have a decrease of the capital, which should be in the debit, and increase of payable
which is in the credit, amounting to 10,000 pesos. So, as you can see guys, ang atong journal entries are the same jud sa treatment sa inyong basic accounting nga nahibaw-an. Okay? So, for the next example, we will go to page 14 of our textbook. We have an individual with no existing business form a partnership. So, duha na sila na wala sila existing na, and then nagkasinabot na maghimong partnership. So, on July 1, 2016, Nilo Burgos and Helenita Ruiz agreed to form a partnership. Then the partnership agreement specified that Burgos is to invest of 700,000 cash, and Ruiz is to contribute land with a fair market value of 1.3 with 300,000 mortgage to be assumed by the partnership. So as the entry goes, we have for the record of the cash investment of Mr. Burgos, we have 700,000 cash, and then for the land we have 1,300,000 as to fair market value, and we also have a credit for mortgage payable worth 300,000, and for since Nilo has already created or contributed cash, that is same amount with this investment mo ng Nilo Burgos capital recorded at 700,000. And also, as you can see, ma'am, nganong 1 million na naman ang capital ni Helenita Ruiz? Yes, it is because the land is on mortgage of 300,000. So, aside sa iyang capital investment nga land, since mauna siya ang fair market value, muna siya ang i-debit as to the amount, pero minus ka sa iya pong gi-appeal nga mortgage payable amounting to 300,000. So, understandable na guys. 1,300,000 minus 300 mauna ang amount of capital contributed by Helenita Ruiz, which is 1 million pesos. Okay. So nagets ra guys, no? We have statement of financial position of July 1, 2016, which is the formation of the partnership. We have Burgos and Ruiz partnership. We have an asset of cash 700,000, land of 1,300,000, total assets of 2 million. And then for the liabilities and equity, we have a mortgage payable of 300,000. Then katong nasa entry nga Nilo Burgos capital, which is 700,000, and then Helenita Ruiz capital, which is 1 million, and the total of liabilities and equity is also same with the asset, 2 million pesos. So kanang nasa note guys, if in case og naay mo appeal na industrial partner sa isa ka partnership, then the entry, since he will be giving services or his knowledge, so wala man kay cash ang industrial partner or property contribute, then it is only general journal or memorandum entry ang gamiton. So moingon ra ka na Elizabeth Maniquez is an industrial partner of Burgos, Ruiz, and Mariquez partnership. Something like that. Mura na siya as to the memorandum entry. Okay, so let's go now to another illustration. So this is a sole proprietor and another individual form a partnership. So saan man siya guys? Meaning, na ay existing, just like hang example earlier, katong before pa ni Ruiz. So, naanay business, ang isa is mo contribute ra og certain amount of money. So, as to illustration, na dira ang statement of financial position of Del Mundo as of October 1, 2016. So, muna siya ang records, guys. We have cash amounting to 660,000. Then, notes receivable, 30,000. The accounts receivable of 240. Then, na ay allowance for doubtful accounts. We have a net of 230,000. And also merchandise of 80,000. And furniture and fixture of 60 with accumulated depreciation of 6,000. Total of net of 54, and then total assets we have 454,000. And the liabilities and equity, we have a notes payable of 40,000, accounts payable of 100,000. Then Del Mundo capital of 314,000. We have a total liabilities and owner's equity of 454,000, balance with the amount of the asset. So, as I have said earlier, the other partner offered to invest cash to get a capital credit equal to 1/2 of Galiciano Del Mundo's capital after giving effect of the adjustments below. So, na po yung mga adjustments, guys. Again, take note. The capital of Christine is based on 1/2 of Galiciano. So, it is very important, guys, na makuha ang exact balance of Del Mundo's capital account, or else may possibility nga ang answer ninyo for the capital account of Christine is marong kung wrong gani ang inyong nakuha ni Galiciano. Okay? So we have the following adjustments. First is for merchandise inventory na instead of 80,000 tanawa sa inyong libro, guys, or sa previous nga slide or previous na picture, that is supposed to be 80,000, but the adjustment is only recorded as 74. Dapat i-value ra siya for 74,000. The second is accounts receivable, estimated to be 95% collectible. So, inyo po nang tanawon, guys, ng accounts receivable amount diri sa iyang financial position, dapat na ay adjustments, or if in case og dili mag-equal to 95%, dapat collectible, maura na siya. And the other 5% is to be recognized as allowance for doubtful or uncollectible accounts. Third adjustment is na ay interest accrued on notes receivable, dapat i-recognize. That is 10,000 and 12% dated July 1, 2016, and the 20,000 is dated August 1, 2016 with 12% interest. So if you will look at the illustration or the statement of financial position on your book on page 15, wala si Jai nakabutang na interest. So for your journal entry later, dapat kay butang na interest receivable. So why interest receivable man, ma'am? It is because since the note is notes receivable, ang kaakibat ana niya, since naka-receive na kayo na-receive na note, dapat kayo na-receive na interest, and that is part of the asset. O, ina na ka sa dyan, guys. Ayaw ninyo libuga. Kaya nagunbasin na gunahon na mo, ma'am, unsa ni payable or receivable? So, since receivable man ang note, receivable po ang interest. Unlike this, ikaupat na adjustments na naapod siya notes payable. So, interest on notes payable to be accrued 14% annually from April 1, and that is to be adjusted also and with interest payable account. Later on, makita na po na nato. And then, ikalima is the furniture and fixture are to be valued at 46,000. So, pila ang furniture and fixture ganina? We have a net of 54, diba? But dapat i-value ra siya for 46,000. Meaning, kung atong imagine nun, ning depreciate siya. So, para mo depreciate, mo recognize ka og accumulated depreciation later. Sige, atong tanawon ang journal entry later. And then, the office supplies on hand have been charged to expense in the past amount to 4,000. So, since supposed to be asset siya, gi-charge siya into expense. So, naa dapat kay adjustments pod ana. So, unsa may requirements buhaton ani with this illustration? The following procedures in recording the formation of partnership dapat natay first books of Galiciano del Mundo. And then, we have adjustments. Dapat i-adjust sa ang iyang mga assets and liabilities, and then after sa adjustments, i-close ang books. So, second is books of partnership. Then, i-record na ang investment ni Galiciano, and then i-record na pod ang investment ni Christine Resultay. Okay, so let's see kung unsaon siya. So, as I have said earlier, we have this first adjustment, merchandise inventory, amounting to 6,000. So, ma'am, nga naman nga ang merchandise inventory naaman sa credit account. So, muna siya ang explanation. Diba na ato ganina 80,000 recorded sa original statement of financial position ng Del Mundo, right? So, we have the 80,000 here, and the adjustments said that it should be valued at 74,000 muna na there should be decrease in inventory worth 6,000. That's why in our journal account or journal entry, dapat mag-credit ka og merchandise inventory. Okay, so balik ta. Ang ikaduha, there is an allowance for doubtful accounts or uncollectible accounts worth 2,000. So, ma'am, giunsa man po ni siya. So, di ba na previously na atay net per ledger accounts receivable 230,000, and as to the adjustments, dapat it should be recognized as 95%. So, the 240,000 nga naa sa recorded sa statement of financial position, it should be recorded as only 228,000. So, meaning, ang 230,000 nga accounts receivable, naa siya mahimo siyang 228 na laman. Muna nga na-increase in allowance or decrease in receivable of 2,000. So, munang mag-record kag allowance for doubtful accounts amounting to 2,000 pesos. As to adjustment number 3 sa katong given ganina, we have interest accrued katong notes receivable. So, nga naman po na siya, ma'am, nga ang notes receivable or interest receivable is 700 pesos raman. So, ang explanation is, diba remember na sa notes receivable na atay 30,000. And then, from that 30,000, 10,000 is 12%. So, ma'am, nga naman, ang 10,000 times 12 times 3.12 man. So, kay baw na taan na, since ang due date ni Ja is October 1, we will compute the month from July, August, September ako to, kay October 1 man, the end of the September. So, muna ang 3 months. So, 10,000 times 12% times 3 months over 12 for the rate. We have a 300 interest receivable for 10,000. And then, for the 20,000, we have also 12%, but it is from August. to October 1 lang. So muna ang August, September, so only 2 months, we have 20,000 times 12% times 2 over 12. We'll get 400 pesos. So 300 previously plus 400 equals 700 pesos na interest accrued. Okay? As to number 4 adjustment, we have an interest payable. Sa notes receivable na po ni siya, guys. So, same with the computation. Sa interest receivable ganina, so kaso payable naman ron, we have interest accrued on notes payable of 40,000 times 14% times 6 over 12 since it is from April 1 to October 1. So, April, May, June, July, August, September 30. So, we have 6 months. Muna nga 6 over 12. Total of 2,800 pesos. We'll put that on the credit side. So, as to the next adjustment, we have accumulated depreciation, right? So, instead of 54,000 as to ledger, net NIJA, it should be 46. So, there's an increase of accumulated depreciation of 8,000, and that should be recorded on the credit side. Okay, so that's why we have 8,000 for accumulated depreciation. The sixth adjustment, ika-sixth adjustment, so we have an office supply on hand that should be recognized. Muna nga naay debit amount of office supplies worth 4,000 pesos. So as to the amount of capital of Del Mundo, balancing figure na siya, guys, of 14,100 debit. Okay, we have office supply of 4,000 and then plus 700, and then we have the credit of 6,000, 2,000, 2,800 and 8,000. It will balance an amount of debit of Del Mundo's capital worth 14,100. Okay, so for number 2, we have to close the accounts as to its adjusted value. So we have a notes payable, debit 40,000, accounts payable 100,000, interest payable of 2,800, which is na-recognize sa babaw, allowance for doubtful accounts, which is from 10 himong 12, and accumulated depreciation adjusted for 14,000. And we also have Shano Del Mundo's capital account worth 299,900, and all the debits should be in the credits. So cash of 60,000, of receivable of 30,000, accounts receivable of 240,000, interest receivable of 700, and then merchandise inventory adjusted worth 74, and then office supplies 4,000, and furniture and fixture worth 60,000 pesos. So that is the entry to close the books of Del Mundo. So let's go to the books of partnership. So katong gipang close inyo, guys, inyo tong i-open for the record of investment of Del Mundo. So cash, we have 60,000, notes receivable of 30,000, we have accounts receivable of 240,000, and we also have interest receivable of 700 pesos, merchandise inventory of 74, and we also have office supplies of 4,000, and furniture fixture of 46,000. We also have this notes payable on debit, on credit 40,000, accounts payable 200,000, interest payable of 2,800, and allowance for doubtful accounts of 12,000, and again the amount of Galashano Del Mundo's capital account sa partnership, that is 299,900. And since it has been stated earlier, di ba, remember that the amount of Christine's capital is half of that Del Mundo's. That's why we have 149,950 na gihatag ni Christine sa partnership amounted to debit of cash 149,950. Okay? So I hope guys naka-follow lang mo. Please go on sa illustration to understand it more. Okay? So we will go now to its partnership statement of financial position. We have a cash of a total na combined ni Del Mundo and Christine, that is 209,950. We have a notes receivable of 30, and then the accounts receivable of 240 less the accumulated allowance for doubtful accounts or uncollectible accounts, 12,000, a net of 228. And we also have interest receivable of 700. The merchandise inventory being recorded sa journal entry nga net niya is valued niya is 74,000. We also have office supplies of 4,000 and the furniture fixture net of 46,000 since it has been revalued. So we all in all we have a total assets of 592,650. And then we also have liabilities and owner's equity. We have notes payable of 40,000, accounts payable of 100,000, interest payable of 2,800, and we have the capital account of Del Mundo, which is 299,900, and half of it is the capital of Christine Resultay, which is 149,950, and the total of liabilities and equity equals the total assets of the company.
So that's it guys. As to the first part sa atong chapter 1, wala sa nagihurot kay I know medyo naapatali mo yung mga questions regarding sa formation of the partnership sa adto sa sa sole proprietor na an individual na nag-join and nag-create of partnership and katong no existing business pod. So far dito sa alaman atong discussion para natin mga exercises nga to kay para ma-distinguish na to from time to time, makatag og examples, further examples para makahibaw mo kung unsa ang formation sa partnership. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel and like the thumbs up, or feel free to comment kung sa inyong questions and chat me. I'm just a chat away if na mo yung questions. And please prepare your questions sa atong next nga meeting sa Zoom. Okay, so that's it for this week and see you guys around. Bye!